Did you know that right now? Not in 1850, not in 1920, right now. The state of Alabama is extracting more than $450 million a year in unpaid labor from incarcerated men and women. $450 million. $0 an hour. Follow if you've never heard this story. Because what is happening inside Alabama's prison system today is not a relic of history. It is not a metaphor. It is not an exaggeration. It is the law. The exception. Nobody talks about the 13th Amendment abolished slavery. You learned that in school. What they didn't teach you is the sentence that comes right after. Neither slavery nor involuntary servitude, except as a punishment for crime, shall exist within the United States. Except as a punishment for crime. 4 words, written in 1865, still in use today. Alabama didn't find a loophole. Alabama built a business model on top of it. What $450 million looks like follow if you didn't know this part. Incarcerated people in Alabama work. They farm land. They manufacture goods. They cook food, clean facilities, answer phones. They build the infrastructure of a state. For corporations, for the state government, for private contractors, for nothing. No wage, no overtime, no right to refuse, and the state of Alabama collects the profit. $450 million a year, built on labor that cannot legally say no, because the Constitution, the very document that freed enslaved people, made an exception for them. The irony is not subtle. The men and women doing this work are disproportionately black. In a state with one of the most violent, overcrowded, and federally condemned prison systems in America, the Department of Justice has documented conditions so dangerous they violate the 8th Amendment. Men are dying inside these walls, and the state is still cashing the check.
You put the paperwork. Took away the masters and you put them in uniform. Same difference.
They call it a program. They call it rehabilitation. You work or you get disciplined. That's not a choice. I wake up, I put on the uniform, I go to work. No wage, no breaks that aren't given, no workers' comp if something goes wrong. The company gets the product, the state gets the contract money. I get nothing. And if I say no, they take my good time credits, they put me in solitary, so I work every day. Inside a country that calls itself free. What is being done, and what you can do. The Oscar-nominated documentary The Alabama Solution goes inside this system. It shows what $450 million looks like in human terms. It shows the men who are fighting, inside the system that is profiting from them, for their basic human rights. This is not a story about whether someone deserves to be incarcerated. This is a story about whether any human being, convicted or not, can be forced to work without pay. The 13th Amendment says yes. Alabama says yes. The question is, what do you say? Watch, learn, act. The link to take action is at the Alabama Solution bio. Subscribe and comment The Alabama Solution. If you'd like to hear more about the 13th Amendment exception, prison labor in America, and the men and women fighting back. And go to my videos to see more in-depth hidden stories. We don't glorify injustice. We reveal truth, so history can't repeat itself.